this is Dr. Czerniecki.
How are we going to get money for you? I told you got to be a household word. Dr. Cece.
You can say that.
But they want to see who it really is that we are talking
This
about.
is the Olympic coach, UC Kessler, coaching on.
Shoot non-speaking like he
We
and I
will.
are just conversing, but not. You can voice over and say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to like
You
get
could just
men
take
voices
footage-
somehow.
You could just take footage of Gary and I standing here.
Okay,
like,
so,
pretend
you know.
we're talking about-
That would probably be the thing to do because we'll look like dorks. If we,
No, but the thing that's amazing.
Hey Gary, what'd you do today? Oh,
Where do you live
wow,
now?
really?
Where do I live now? In Akron, which is just south of Cleveland.
Oh, but you came from Cleveland to talk to Dr. Czerniecki here, right?
Yeah. Well,
Because you are in this together for
Yeah.
No, actually,
years
he
and
came.
years.
How long have you guys worked together?
it depends.
No, he was
Depends
doing
on
some
depends on when you.
housework.
How long have you guys worked together on this idea?
We've known each other. Well, we've known each other since '94. We've worked on this particular project since 2001.
That's almost 10 years.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, there's and to get there for 10 years, there's a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah.
Now, how could you have done this faster?
If they didn't have visitors to the lab,
Money.
Yeah, I know.
Which
Money.
means you need the funding, right?
Yes.
that's the biggest
So
impediment.
now, would you say that right now we have more knowledge and less funding?
Yes.
So if we would have the funding that you would need, what could you do?
Well, we could advance the vaccine technology much more rapidly.
So do you think you really could take a lot of time off it?
Yes, definitely.
So
You didn't say anything, Brian?
would you agree with
I've
it?
already said that.
No,
before.
but this is a different audience than we do. But you agree with it?
Yes.
So how many years do you think you could take off it? If you have all the money right now that it needs, that you simultaneously could do
We
what
could
needs to be done.
We could start clinical trials that maybe become standard treatment within a couple years.
And would these vaccines be produced in a central facility? Or would the
They can
patients
be-
have to travel to
They
Philadelphia?
can be produced. We can get cells and blood from patients from any location, and at any medium-sized hospital where they can get a apheresis done, and the cells can be transported, shipped fresh. They can be frozen and converted to vaccines, and then shipped back to wherever they're from, and their oncologist can give them vaccines in their office.
So this is a very marketable and viable product for women.
It's designed to
Design.
Yeah.
And this could extend itself not just for DCIS HER2/neu, but for other types of invasive cancers?
Yes, it could
Triple negative?
theoretically used for other breast cancers and for invasive breast cancer and other kinds of tumors, melanoma, pancreas cancer, lung cancer, colorectal
So
cancer.
other than the
So which means basically from a patient standpoint, if enough money would be put behind this, we really could see the cure in the foreseeable future.
We would have
And under
new
control.
New treatments modality.
So, and would they need to send part of the tumor, or would you just need the leukapheresis
Well,
cells?
it would depend. Right now, if we were doing it in prevention, you wouldn't have tumor to do.
Mhm.
If you were doing things for treatment, you could. It would depend on which direction we go. For some people, if they don't have tumor available, we could have certain molecules that are involved in that cancer that we could use to target, where we'd have proteins and peptides that we'd have on the shelf that we can use. For some people, maybe putting their tumor or making some form of their tumor fed to the cells may be the appropriate way to go too.
So now you're getting quite a bit of NIH funding, but what's the...
Not quite a bit.
No, but I mean,
Some.
there's compared to what people think, that's quite a bit, but it's not enough, right? Because I get the
It's not
question
even enough
asked...
to cover my trial currently.
That's what, see, because I was asked the question, since you get quite a bit of considerably money from NIH, is it really significant that we at Pennies in Action raise funds for you?
Yes, because the NIH money, is a few $100,000 a year. It sucks up most of the vaccine production and what it costs to manufacture the vaccines, and it's not even enough to cover all the patients that we want to do in the trial.
See, like we figured out that you have $14,000 short per patient. Is that about correct?
Could be.
So I guess Shelley, we got to keep going and raise more funds.
That's right. And you know, how confident are you about the future of breast cancer? Do you think that sometime in our lifetime we're going to, I understand that it would be very difficult to cure because of the mutability of it, but how confident do you feel that these types of dendritic cell vaccines can be in keeping it in check or under control from metastasizing?
I think an expanded program could definitely have an impact on preventing and also eliminating risk of recurrence.
And thereby saving billions of dollars a year in treatment cost.
Yes, and even patients that get chemo, these kind of things given after chemotherapy may help prevent recurrences, which lead to I mean, most of your medical expenses to come along when you get into metastatic breast cancer, not when you have
Correct.
upfront treatment.
And why did you start with HER2/neu?
Because of its aggressive nature and the fact that it's a protein that's involved in the early development of a lot of breast cancers.
Great. Thanks
So
a lot,
which-
fellas.
Just one,
Yeah.
which means that would actually ultimately save lots of lives, because I just read that in 20 years ago, we had 40,000 women die of breast cancer a year. This year, it's still the same, pretty much the same number. So
And that's
which means
taking out all
this could ultimately change that number.
Ultimately, yes.
And that's taking out all of the hormone-related cancers, because when they stop the hormone replacement therapy, you got to take out that number. We still have more women dying. And do you see environmental causes affecting breast cancer rates this day? Because we're seeing a lot of younger women being diagnosed.
It's probably a significant component of breast cancer, but I can't tell you what percentage.
Do you have any advice for women?
Unfortunately not.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.